It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body. Supplements that get you moving and keep you moving. That make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world. And you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Hello and welcome. Good morning, everyone, to our Spark Global onboarding. I am so thrilled to be with you. My name is Adrianne Ruiz, and I have been in this industry now full-time for, oh my gosh, it's 16 years now. And so I was absolutely thrilled when they asked me to do a little bit of onboarding with everybody for the world of 3. And so here I am, and I have prepared some fun things for you guys just to really shorten the learning gap. I'm a firm believer of anybody can do this business so long as you are coachable and you're willing to learn, because there's really only 3 skill sets that you really need to be great at in this industry to win. And that is that we need to teach you how to connect, how to share the information with people, and how to follow up. And those are really only the 3 things that you need to get really good at in this industry to be uber successful, especially here in the world of 3. But I want to make a little bit of comparisons and just kind of help you understand what you have here with 3 and the type of business model that we are. My background was in sales and marketing as well as personal training. I've been a personal trainer for 2 decades since I was 18. So you do the math, it's been a while. But all I want to do is help people be happier and healthier. And when I first took a look at this business, it's because I was chasing freedom. I wanted to be able to have more time freedom in my life. I wanted to be able to be home with my children more. I wanted the opportunity to, right? And so maybe you said yes to 3 for a similar reason. You were like, oh my goodness, I would love to earn additional income, as well as I would love to help people be happy and healthy. And so if that's why you're here, then understand that there might be a little bit of a learning curve with this industry. And it's not a big one. It's just a little bit of a one. And that was kind of what I did. I came into this thinking about traditional sales and marketing tactics, things like that. And it took me a minute to really earn big in this industry, because I think I was trying to manage people instead of really learning how to hone my craft of connecting, presenting, and following up and staying in my lane. Okay. So we're going to dive in. Let me keep myself on track here. Grab a piece of paper, take some notes. We are on the 3 Express together here, and we are just getting started. So the first thing I want to talk about is this is really a sharing economy. So it's not like the traditional part of business in that way. It's a little bit of a different model. It's all about sharing something that you love with people that know, like, and trust you. And oftentimes through social media as well, through e-commerce, which means that really if you pull it down, three International is a platform. They're the provider, so you're not having to run the day in and day out operations of what you would if this was a traditional business, right? If you owned this own business, it's a little bit different. You're not running the operations of the inventory and the product line and and all that kind of stuff. You have systems that provide all that. We are participants in that. We are brand ambassadors. In other words, we wear the three logo, right? We are branding ourselves as a part of three. And we love the product, love the opportunity, and we share that with everybody. So that's really the major difference, because we are an opportunity with a network attached to it, right? We've got people who've come before us who've already said yes. We're only a 2-year-old company now. And so if you look at that, what you're really doing is you're following, hopefully, the successful top leadership prior who've come in, and how they're helping build out this network, and you're a part of that. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So your job isn't to have to manage and track and run all that kind of stuff. Three does that. You're wearing the three logo, you're being a brand ambassador, and you're out there sharing and promoting the products and the opportunity that we have in front of us. And so it really is a turnkey business system. So we have you have rather your unique replicated website that everybody gets when they come on board. It's all e-commerce ready with global pay in and pay out options. You have a back office that management system to track your business, and corporate headquarters and international offices with customer service and staff to support your business. So that's all there, right? We have locations in Lehigh, Hong Kong, Malaysia. I mean, you guys, it's exciting. So also, they do all that. They stock and they manage inventory for us. Of course, if you're a professional or something, you have a brick and mortar, you can stock more inventory if you like. But otherwise, everything is drop ship. And they manufacture and do all the research and development. We don't have to do any of that, right? Three handles shipping and the delivery and the logistics. And they've also provide the marketing tools. So there's tons of tools already, turnkey system there for you guys to be able to plug into. Don't do what I did in the first 18 months, where I tried to reinvent the wheel. I thought I had to like replicate and duplicate all different types of marketing and things like that. I didn't. I just needed to plug and play. I was plugged in and I needed to play out the tools and the resources that were already given to me. And so you want to do that. Obviously, you're on here today. So this is one of our live trainings and live events, right? To be able to help you build. So we already provide that. We provide live events, online events, and social media apps for you. So you don't have to build any of that out. That's one reason I said yes to this, because when I first started, again, I was a tired, broke single mom working paycheck to paycheck. And I was so done with like the type of work that I was in, that I ran so fast towards this industry, because I didn't have to do any of that other stuff. I could just come in and get excited about the products and the opportunity and share that with other people and use the tools. So we're going to just quickly, this is an onboarding call. So I want to make sure everyone on here is set up for success in your business. And in order to do that, you need to work with the tools. So the first one is that you've got to log into your back office. It's office.3international.com. You log into it, you review it. If you're going in for the first time, you're going to see a drop-down menu, just like rechecking like name, address, phone number, email, all of that, making sure all of the information that was added correctly. If you need to change your name or do anything, that's the time to do that on that first initial login. The second thing you want to do is you really want to activate your e-wallet for commissions. So everyone's like, well, what is that? Well, you want to go in, your e-wallet is how you get paid. So whether you make, I don't know, your first $25 or your first $1,000, you need to have that set up. And you can receive a card, or you can have it direct deposited into a business bank account, or just a bank account in general. And so I made sure I did that right away because I wanted to make sure any effort that I put into the business, that it was going to be accounted for, that I would be able to get paid on it. Okay, the next one is download your 3 app. So if you go to the App Store, it's 3 International, it's or 3 2.0, and you can also access it from the wall.3 International. And that just, you want to make sure you have all those tools that we're going to be discussing, how to send a video from Dr. Dan, how to send, the latest PDF on Power of 3 or something like that, or any special that's out, right? So you want to make sure you have that app downloaded ASAP. The next one is you've got to learn about the resources and the training and support. Here we are on the Spark Global Collective call for the whole company. It's where all teams get together. It doesn't matter, which team you're on, who sponsored you, whatever. We're all coming together to learn together to move the mission of 3. Mark my words, 3 will be a multi-billion-dollar company and it will be a household name. And you're participating in that build. So you want to make sure that you're doing it right. And then, of course, not only do you're in business, but we want to work on your business plan. We want to be able to help you strategize. And so I'm going to give you some of my tips for strategizing. But first, let's dive into accessing your back office and getting you set up for success. So there it is. You're going to go to office.3international.com if you haven't done so already. You're going to log in with your given username and password. Some of you may have picked this yourself. Some of you may not have. Somebody quickly enrolled you. They should have sent you like an onboarding letter or a welcome letter welcoming you to 3 and you making sure that you have your username and password. 3 does as well, but in our team, we do both. We have a team welcome letter and then also your username and password comes through the company as well. So you want to review everything just to make sure that your info is correct. And then, yes, set up your e-wallet and download the 3 apps. So my friends, take a picture of this screen if you're brand new, because this will be the one. You just need to do these 5 simple things, okay? Today, not tomorrow, today. It's Monday. You want to it'll probably take you 30 minutes max to get all of this worked out. Okay. Now, I just want to make you aware that corporate does have their own resources, right? Like we're going through corporate resources. So the first one is they have their own customer service and support. You can call them if you go to your app or 3international.com. There's an online chat there, or you can use the phone for any questions you might have. Let's say you have a question setting up your e-wallet. That's a great customer service line question. And then customer service and support we have for international market. They have WeChat, WhatsApp, and Line. And then as far as marketing tools and QR codes and links, those are in your back office. So once you're logged in, on the right-hand side, you'll see a QR code and you'll see links, your unique selling links right underneath that for use. And then, of course, corporate also has their own YouTube channel for product information. It's 3 International on YouTube. You'll want to make sure that it's not somebody else's channel, but it's a corporate channel. And then as far as social media, Instagram, Red Note, we have all of that. So you can follow 3 International Official on Instagram, as well as any other social media platform. You can find that actually all on the 3 International app. If you scroll down to the very bottom, you're going to find all of those hyperlinks. The next one is your 3 app is for science and product training, as well as some business training. And you can also bookmark wall.3international.com for the latest corporate updates. So that's where they're going to give you like all the just nitty-gritty details of what's going on in the company. It's got so many great resources. It's definitely worth bookmarking, because I know oftentimes if I'm like, hey, where was that Power of 3 bonus? Like, how do I read through that specifically? It's on the wall. So my team sometimes they're like get super annoyed with me because they'll send me a question. I'm like, it's on the wall. Where is it? It's on the website. It's on the wall, right? So the reason that is I want to make sure that you're becoming autonomous of the person that brought you on board by making sure that you're not just always relying on them to answer your questions, but you're really diving in to get all of the details yourself, so that when you go to share 3, you know that these resources exist and you know where to drive your new partners to. So as far as field resources and support, you have your sponsor. So the person that onboarded you into 3, the person that connected you to 3 is your sponsor, okay? They brought you on board, and then above them, there's other people who've come in who brought them on board. So that would be upline leaders. So whoever enrolled your sponsor has somebody who enrolled them. That's considered an upline leader. And then we also, all of us collectively, we have weekly live Zoom calls. You're on this one right now. This is the Monday morning onboarding, but we also have opportunity showcases that share with people for you about 3, that introduce 3 to the people that you want to recruit and bring on board or promote into the company. There's really 3 calls every single week. There's tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. there is going to be, I'm sorry, yes, that's right. Okay. There will be a Monday Spark Global Opportunity Call where a trusted leader will come in and share the opportunity of 3 from top to bottom, product and business. And then there is an Empowerment Tuesday. So every Tuesday we gather as leaders at the same time on that same Spark Global call line. And you get a lot of, training on how, really just how to keep you in line and on track and moving forward in your business. We have several business trainings. Every Wednesday, we do a Wellness Wednesday, same time, that features a health professional in the company that's being interviewed with 3 live testimonials. And so does Monday, has 3 live testimonials. So they're really great resources to plug into, so you're always moving the needle in your business. The next one is we've got the Spark Global YouTube channel. So you have the 3 international and you have the Spark Global YouTube channel. And those are both really great resources for information. This video will be recorded there on the Spark Global YouTube channel. And so will the Monday global calls, the opportunity showcases, the Wellness Wednesday, and the Tuesday empowerment. We also have a digital wow workbook in the it's in Spark Global on WhatsApp. So in the files section, there is a welcome orientation workbook that you can download. I am going to go a little bit through it right now, but you'll want to download that and really help. Of course, again, orientation is to orient yourself for success outside of just getting set up with the things that we shared with you. And then always there is local events, regional events, international showcases. This is a global e-commerce business. So we have events happening all over and trainings happening all over that you can activate and plug into. Okay, so the first thing we want to do to really activate your business plan is, why did you say yes to 3? What got you excited? What motivates you to do this? Right? This is what we call your story, and it's important for branding yourself in the company. It's branding who you are and how you want to show up in 3. Why you said yes to 3 is a very key thing. I usually do 3 parts. I say, and let me dive, I'll pull these all out. But what I like to do when I talk about helping brand that story is I like to ask people, what happened, or why did you say yes to 3? What happened when you got started, and where do you see yourself going, right? And those are really important questions to ask yourself, and we'll dive a little bit deeper in a second. Then you definitely want to identify your top 20 colleagues. Now, this is a business where you get to pick and choose who you work with and who you partner with. So pick people that trust you and they want more in life. Maybe they're hungry for more, right? And they're like-minded individuals. They're entrepreneurial, maybe like you are. They value health and wellness like you. They value being able to earn their own income, on their own time. So those are all things that are key things to look for in the top 20 people you're looking for. And then you really want to connect, right, with your top 20 and leverage the tools and the events or your sponsor to share this opportunity. And then, of course, you want to connect with your sponsor or leader to work on this WOW workbook together. And so it's about investing time to learn and grow in your business. And one thing I like to do is when I always ask, the person that I sponsor, I always say to them, if this were to work for you and it were to work well, how much money would you want to earn? How many people would you want to help? And how much time do you have each day to invest in your 3 business? Now, this is an important question because you're going to need to time block your schedule, right? When I was a really busy mom, I had a half hour in the morning, a half hour while I was driving to work, a half hour on my lunch break, and a half hour at night after I put my girls to bed. So I had to invest in pockets of my life, like little pockets of time in my day, to fit in my business. And it worked. I mean, obviously, my husband and I were 7-figure earners in this industry now, but in the beginning, it didn't start like that. I really had to find the right amount of time that worked on my schedule. And yeah, sometimes I did sacrifice my weekends because that's when people were home and I was working my business. So you want to find the right time to really grow your business. I call it a PHOP, a power hour of purpose. If you can work an hour a day or even an hour every other day in your business, you're doing it right. And you're like, gosh, don't I need to work 40 hours a week? Not really. What you need to do, and you can if you want, but I mean, what you need to do is work, be consistent in the time that you decide to work. So you want to maximize that hour of time, or the 2 hours of time is what mine basically ended up being in that time. And I worked on, in the morning, I would connect with people. In the afternoon, I would send presentations or drive them to a presentation. At night, I would build upon those presentations and follow up. So that's kind of how I did it, if that helps. I hope that helps if you're brand new, especially if you're a busy mom watching and you're like, I want to win at this so bad. I really want to make money at this. I want to be able to stay home more or retire my husband or be with my kids more and make more money from home. I promise you, you can do it. I am a testament that you can do it, but you gotta find the time and then stay in that zone. All right. So wherever you're at, there you are. If you're with your kids, you're with your kids, right? If you're working your power hour, you're in your power hour. Okay. So that's the difference. You can do it. I promise. All right. So know your personal why, because there is going to be ebbs and flows in life and your life, and there's going to be ebbs and flows in this business where, you might feel really excited one day, and then the next day somebody says they're not interested and you come down like this. And then the next day somebody says, oh, I am interested, and you get really excited. And then the next day they say, somebody else says, no, I'm not. And then the next day, right? So you've got to really make sure that you're honed in on exactly why you're doing this. I like to take sticky notes. And when I first started, and you can see here, I've got a notepad right here. Well, maybe you can't because I got a background up, but I've got a notepad, just a sticky note, and I would put up there what my goal would be for the week. Recruit 3 people this week, right? Or what else would it be? Or help my brand new person recruit 3 people this week. Or I would put in there, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning an extra $1,000 per week or better in 3 international, helping people be happier and healthier. Right? I know I just kind of rattled that off, but it's true. I always put everything in the present tense. So if my goal is I'm doing this because I want to help people be happier and healthier, and what's in it for me is I earn income, right? Entrepreneurs solve problems for a profit. And what's in it for my connections is how am I going to share this with other people in a way that they see the value? And honestly, like, I want to know how I can help them. Can I help them with their health? Can I help them prioritize proactive wellness solutions? Can I help them find more time to be at home with their family? Maybe my neighbor is a busy doctor, and if he doesn't show up to work that day, nobody gets paid. What if he gets, sick or something happens to him, right? So to be able to have that at the ready, like in the back of my mind, is that I'm here to serve people, right? How can I serve you? How can I serve my connections? Can I help them earn additional income? What if they don't, know what it feels like to earn residual income? I know for me, when I first started in this, that's what I was chasing too. It wasn't just the freedom. It was, well, residual income is freedom. It's where you do something once and you get paid on it over and over and over again. That is 3. That is the type of business we're in. That is e-commerce. It's you share, somebody gets excited, they order the products, they love the products. Every time their orders go out, ding, you get paid. That's residual income, getting paid more than once for an activity you only did once, okay? Community, I love this. I love the community. I love you. You're like, okay, she's never met me. I do. I love your drive. I love your desire. I love your commitment to wanting to be better, not only in your health, but in your finances and helping your community. So that's what this is all about. It's about loving yourself, loving your community, and loving your family. That's what this is about. It's about being a part of a team where everybody helps you win. And I know for me, that was almost awkward at first because I was so independent. I was so used to having to do things on my own, especially as a single mom, that when I first got into this and I realized that my teammates weren't against me, they were with me. They weren't in competition with me. They were wanting to help me and assist me, right? Whereas in traditional business, when I came from sales, it was a very dog eat dog world, right? I wasn't as generous with my share tactics when I was in sales. I kept them to myself and to my team. Whereas here, the more we collectively grow, the better off we all are, the more money we make, and the more people we serve and help. And this grows exponentially and globally. So that's what I'm after. All right, so identify what that is. Write it down on a sticky note. Put it up in your mirror. Put it up on your fridge, wherever you access. But I always say 3 access points around your home, right? Where you can see why you're doing this. I am so happy and grateful now that ... Put your goal as if you've already achieved it in the present tense. You could say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a 3-star on or before June 24th, 2025, helping people be happier and healthier, right? And growing as a community. I'm so happy and grateful to be a brand ambassador in 3, whatever that means for you. Okay, the next one is you want to become a power of 3 ASAP. And you're like, what does that mean? So what it means is power of 3 is when you have 3 people on your team. You personally sponsor 3 people into your organization, okay? That is kind of for us, I always say the team standard when a new person comes on board is we want to help them share with 3 people right away within 24 to 48 hours, because there's benefits to becoming a qualified brand ambassador, or what we call QBA, which is where you have one teammate on the left and one teammate on the right that come in with a minimum of an intro pack, and they're a brand ambassador. And if you get one more, woo, the sky is the limit. You are on your way and you're eligible for unlimited commissions. And you receive PIBs. Every pack they come on with, it could be anywhere between $25 commission all the way up to $350 for each one, okay? Or better. So I'm just saying, like, that's exciting. What if you enrolled more than 3? What about earning the power of 3 builder or the builder bonuses? You can earn up to $800 right away for knocking this out. You want to knock it out of the park, right? You want to follow the lead of your upline leaders and your sponsor, and you want to knock this out as quickly as possible, because you need to build a foundation for a great business. And the best way to do that is you want to get 3 out of the way right away. I always say if you can get 3 in 3 days, woo, honey, okay, you on your way. And it has to total 900 CV, so a premium pack or greater. So you might have to enroll a couple more, or you might just get it right with those 3. It could be you need less. Maybe you do 2 with the pro collection. I don't know what you're capable of. Only you know that. But if you work with your sponsor and you go for power of 3 right away, power of 3 ASAP, okay, you want to knock it out 24 to 48 hours, talk to people you know, like, and trust, start in your cell phone, okay? You're looking for people who have money, who want to partner in a business. You're looking for people who are excited about having a new opportunity right now, who value their health and wellness. They like luxurious, boutique-y, beautiful products that actually absorb with tons of science behind them. That's who you're looking for. Those are the top 3. And really, it's sort of like the prime real estate in your business. So you want to make sure that you put people you know, like, and trust in those positions. So when I first came on board, I called my family, actually. And I know some people are like, I don't want to call my family. You don't have to. But I knew what I was capable of when I started 3, and I didn't want them to miss out. So I called them and I was like, okay, hey, I'm getting started. I'd love for you to take a position, order whatever product pack makes sense for you, but get in, because you know I'm going somewhere, baby. Okay. So, I mean, talk about posture and commitment. Don't compare your day 1 to my year 16. I mean, but just know, like I knew that I was going to go and that I'd be building through them. So I put in my husband, I put in my mom, I put in my kids, put in my husband's kids, right? We rallied. Okay. We had 22 people come on in the first 2 weeks. And so it's key. So again, don't compare your day 1 to my year 16 unless you want to go big. I don't know. You can go faster. It's up to you, but this is fast tracking your success in 3 as far as the business model. Now we've got to promote. You want to promote like a pro, because recruiting well in this industry and network marketing requires a clear strategy plan, genuine communication, and a major focus on building relationships with individuals who actually want to work with you. Okay, that's fun. You get to pick who you work with. Write this down. You want to meet Rita every day. Okay, isn't she cute? Okay, Rita is recruiting is the answer. Promoting is the answer. Promoting, recruiting, same. Okay. Whenever you're excited, happy, motivated, feeling down, sad, or negative, guess what? She's still the answer. Recruiting is the answer. You've got to get out there. If you were to start 3 and not share it with anybody, oh my gosh, it is like you're sitting on this beautiful gift, and all you have to do is go out there and open your mouth and share with other people. So let's identify who you should be prospecting. Who should you be talking to, right? You want to make a list. We said 20, but let's see here, okay? Who do you know of people that really define what you're looking for, right? So think about who would benefit most from 3's products, services, or business opportunity. And this could include people interested in health, financial freedom, or entrepreneurship. You want to seek like-minded individuals. You want to look for the qualities, motivation, coachability, right? Ambition, and you want to write them all down. I like to personally handwrite this list. If you want to type it out, I've got a girlfriend. She's a spreadsheet girl. She has Excel spreadsheets of names. That is her MO. Mine, I don't know. There's something about like the heart-brain connection as I'm writing down somebody's name, and all of a sudden it's like I'm talking to Megan, and I'm like, Megan would be perfect for this. And I go to send her a text, and she's like, I was just thinking about you. I'm like, I know. Right? It's my intuition. And here's what it is. It's called taking inspired action. We work from inspiration, not desperation, right? Yes, we have a goal to do power of 3, but we're working with our sponsor to take immediate action, and we're contacting people who are purposeful, they're achievers, they're resourceful, they're kind. We want them in our business, right? We want them in the world of 3. They'd be perfect for it. That's who you're going to look for. And then you're going to start building relationships both on and offline. So whether chances are, if you go through and you make a big list like that, out of those 20, 30, 40, 50 people, right? You're not going to have to talk. You probably haven't talked to some of them in a while. They came to mind. Don't prejudge, write the name down. You're like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to Bob in 500 years, but you thought about him, inspired action. There's a reason for that. Put his name down. Now let's reach out. We want to connect with authenticity. We want to make sure that we're not scaring people away, or that we're not what I call verbal vomiting on people, which means if I were to call you, be like, hey, it's Adrianne, Bob. I haven't talked to you in 500 years, but guess what? I started this new business and it's got these products in there in the PDR, and they're the most amazing products you've ever had in your entire life. And if you put them in your body right now, you're going to be healed, right? That is verbal vomiting. You are saying too much. Be cool. Be cool, okay? First, slow down to speed up. Ask them how they're doing. It's that simple. People are like, what should I say? And you're thinking all those things in your head. That's why you verbal vomit on people. Chill. Be cool, okay? How's your family doing? How's work going? Do anything fun this summer? Well, listen, Bob, the reason I'm reaching out is I recently partnered with a proactive wellness company. I wanted to invite you to take a look because I know you have such a great business mind. And so I'm wondering if you'd be open to me sending you an invitation to an online event this week. Yes or no, right? All right. We're going to provide value. We're going to share some tips, and we're going to make the invitation. But we got to start conversations to start recruiting. So, hi, name. It's my goal this month to say hi to everyone on my Facebook list. What are your plans for the summer? This is if you're connecting cold market, is what we call that, which means you need to warm chatter and warm them up a bit. You haven't talked to Susan forever. You went to high school with her or whatever, and she's this fit, Pilates instructor that loves good products or something like that. Then you're going to want to connect with her, right? You're going to reach out to her somewhere. But if you don't have her cell phone, guess what? That's what social media is for, my friend. Okay. You're going to use it. Don't get on social media and start scrolling. Go with the intent. You're working off of your names list. All right. You're going to reach out. Hey there. We haven't connected that's supposed to say while, not whole, in a whole long while. And I'm reaching out for a reason, but first and foremost, how are you? How is your family doing? Right? Let's say this is somebody who has had experience in this industry, right? Or that they would be really a great asset to your team. They've got a large Rolodex, right? They've got a big network. You might have them on what we call your chicken list. I actually like to call it an eagle list, but you might say something like, hey, Sue, you're always ahead of the curve, so I just thought of you. There's a viral proactive wellness company that has done 135 million in just 19 months in 14 countries. My friend is an industry insider. That's your sponsor. If you're open, would you like me to connect you with her or him? Okay. Take a snapshot. Just trust me on this. Okay. Try it. Okay. Just try it. Right. And so that's the key there. I love this one too. Did I already read that? Oh yeah, I did. I'm reaching out for a reason is the key part in there, right? I'm reaching out for a reason, but first and foremost, how are you and your family doing? You're playing it cool, and then you're coming in with the ask. So every single person that you present to, you want to present every day. So you want to leverage the tools like we talked about, the Global Opportunity Showcase, the Wellness Wednesday. Our team has events weekly as well. I'm sure you'll be able to find a pre-recorded Global Opportunity event. If they can't make it to a live one, you can find those pre-recorded ones on Spark Global and share the YouTube link. Or better yet, you could add it to your app and share it from your app. So when they click on it, they've seen it. Ding, ding, tip to ensure promptness. Okay. But right now you want to tailor your presentation towards their goal. If you've got a doctor, would it be cool if you sent them a video by Dr. Dan already pre-recorded or invited him to the next event, right? Things like that. So you want to customize your pitch a little bit so that it will align with, what you believe their goals might be. And so be concise, be clear. You want to leverage the tools. Like I said, I always say this, don't be a fool, use a tool. If you're talking too much, people are going to say no to you right away. Right? Because they're like, this is not quick. I can't duplicate that. Oh my gosh, she's talking a lot, right? So always use the tools, use the apps, etc. All right. The next one is you're going to follow up with support and to support them. Now, the team standard here, you're going to see a pattern, is you want to follow up after they have seen a presentation, viewed a presentation, met an an upline leader or something like that. The follow-up is always within 24 to 48 hours. Hey, Becky, thanks so much for jumping on. Just wanted to see what you liked most about what you just saw. All right. You want to be consistent with this because people are busy. Maybe she only watched 30 seconds of the link you sent her and you're asking her to join you in the business and she's not seen all of it. Guess what? You might have to warm that up a little bit more. You might take you 5 to 7 times before they make a decision because she's getting snippets of it in the pockets of her life or his life. So you guys, you want to be ready to address concerns. This is why I actually, when with somebody who's brand new, I don't want them going out and presenting to anybody yet without getting on a call. I call this practice Zooms. I like to do 7 to 10 practice Zooms. Now your upline leader might do something completely different, but when I onboard and I recruit a brand new person into my organization, yes, we make a names list, we go through, we start connecting with all of them to invite them onto a launch Zoom. I do a private Zoom with them, or we invite with the intent to invite them to one of the weekly Zooms, okay? But I like to do 7 to 10 practice Zooms, which means I want them inviting their list and I want them doing 7 to 10 events with me where they're hearing me on the call, not only present, but help overcome objections. Very important because if somebody says to you, hey, and they have an intense question about the compensation plan and you're like, oh my gosh, you just want to say this. Hey, I'm brand new, but I know somebody who has the answer for that. Her name is, Adrianne or, Holly or Corbin or something like that, right? Let me get you on with my sponsor. Okay. And so you're going to immediately connect. And then that helps us get them to the next step, right? This should be this could be a joining call, attending an event, or trying the product even. You want to just make sure that they have a next step, and ABC always be closing. So your upline leader should be doing that on the phone. You'll be able to hear them. They'll probably ask 3 times. I know when I'm on a follow-up, I'm asking 3 times. Hey, Becky, what'd you like? That's great. What else did you like? Awesome. What do you see 3 doing for you in your life? What do you see 3 doing for you in your life, Becky? Well, I could see myself incorporating these products. You could. What would you be hoping for? What kind of outcome are you looking for? Right? Well, I could see myself, I just, lost my job or something. I could see myself earning additional income with this. You could. How much money would be enough for you to earn? How much time do you have to commit to this, right? That's what a good sponsor does. They're teaching you the magic of asking the right questions. Very, very simple. Then you take the order. So I oftentimes I'll go straight into taking the order and my brand new person's like, oh, you went so fast into the order. I didn't even think they were ready. That was amazing. I'm like, oh yeah, I am always taking the order, right? Which pack do you want? What's your address? What's your birthday? What's your credit card? Da, 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 boom. Just getting straight into it because honestly, yeah, sometimes I've recruited people where I just text them out my link and they click order. I usually do that for people who I identified as they're just going to be customers. But for somebody I really, I think could be different and they really want to build a business, I'll personally take the order and enroll them myself. Okay, remember Rita, recruiting is the answer. You're brand new, you're set up, your back office is set up. How are you going to start sharing 3? You've got to get out there, you've got to share, right? You've got to use the tools, invite people on. So the success is focusing on the recruit's needs and showing them how they can achieve their goals within 3. That's where the key to success comes in. It's not just recruiting and promoting. It's connecting, it's creating relationships, it's helping bring people into our community. And that's really what it's about. So I also want to remind every single brand new person on here that in 7 weeks, I think 6 weeks now, we will be going to Salt Lake City for our 2-day training event. It's an annual event, one time each year, a full day on products, a full day on business, and a lot of really key motivation. Erin King is going to be speaking this year. She's our keynote speaker. She speaks with people like Mel Robbins and Deepak Chopra. So really, really cool. I'm sorry, maybe not Deepak. I think it was Jay Shetty. You can Google her. Okay. But make it to the event. Make this a priority. I can tell you from firsthand experience, we always talk about go to the next event. When I first started 16 years ago, my sponsor told me if I wanted to earn a big income, like a 6 or 7 figure income, that I had to be to the event. Do you know what I had to do to get there? I had to find a babysitter for 4.5-year-old twin girls right away. I had to ask for 1 day off of work and I had to I actually took 4 people with me, okay, that I thought would be great. And I took them as guests. I just was like, come and check it out with me. I just got started. I have no clue what I'm doing. All I know is I'm supposed to be there. Do you want to be there with me? And we just went, and it was such a great experience and such a great time. And it allowed, in other words, I allowed myself to create that commitment right away. I immersed myself into that first company, and it changed everything for me. And now I'm so thrilled to be partnered with you guys in building 3. So as a reminder, again, take a snapshot. This is your first goal. Why are you making a names list? Why are you connecting, presenting, and following up? You want to knock this out, my friends. 24 to 48 hours. Get yourself set up for success. Build the foundation of your business. There is nothing more important than this first step. Okay, so get it done. You can figure out your e-wallet, all of that good stuff. Yes, knock it out. Most importantly, work with your sponsor. This is what onboarding is all about, making sure that we're onboarding you, we're orienting you for success, and we're teaching you the skills that are necessary. Fortunately for you, my friend, it's all about connecting, presenting, and following up. That is the only skills that you need to be truly successful. Okay, all right, you guys, this was so much fun. I really want you to imagine the life that we're building together. We are truly building an incredible business here in 3 globally, all over the world. And you're a part of this movement. We want to get you to help join other people into the movement. That's what this is all about. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being on with us today. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I hope you have an incredible week, and get to it. Take action. Do not wait. Don't wait to know everything, okay? You're never going to know it all. The best way to learn something, full immersion, go for it. Take action. You're going to learn and earn as you grow. All right. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.